Welcome to Wednesday.
Didn't mean to punch y'all there. Good morning. Hi.
And here we go.
We are getting all of our gooses in a row.
Gooses in a row.
Right, Austin?
Yes. Isn't that right, Austin? Yeah, we definitely don't have anything in a row.
No ducks, just goose.
No ducks, and it's geese. It's geese. Yes, whatever. Welcome to the Wednesday show with no name.
Alternative Wednesday for right now.
I like it.
I'm Alan Simonton, and this is my co-host in life. And on the show, my wife, Michelle Ozymy.
Thanks.
Ignite United Coaching, Nexus Coaching. We are Knob and Key Realty, powered by.
It's so hard to say.
Keller Williams, partnered with the Go Network.
It's really fun to see on our letterhead, though.
Oh, and we're coming to you from
StudioUSA.
StudioUSA in Plano.
Well, yeah, we are in Plano.
Wide awake Plano. Here we go.
What a morning. Oh my gosh. Are you a little nervous? Well, you're the sweetest little dog dad there is. So a cute, sweet little rainy day, and our dogs are terrified. So we were almost late to the studio because you had to get music turned on for the dogs so that they would be comfortable.
That's not an unusual thing for me to do.
That's weird.
They don't like thunderstorms.
They don't.
And I know it wasn't lightning and thundering, but, close the blinds so they can't see it. And then I put on, I've got an app on the TV, put a little country music on for them, and they're good.
So you think they like country music? You think that's their jam?
They're dogs.
Oh, okay. Now they're dogs. Okay.
So they no, they're dumb.
Okay. Because I feel like Tilly's a little more rock and roll.
She's punk rock for sure.
She's punk rock. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. She's wild what she is. But anyway,
that's
it
was an adventure getting in here this morning.
It was,
which is
but
always,
I'm glad for the rain.
Rain. Just, you guys be persistent out there and just keep persevering and get to where you need to go, even if it's raining a little bit. All right. So what are we talking about today?
So we're wrapping up the month. Although, is this month ever going to wrap up? Does this not feel like the longest month ever?
I think it's
not
just
in a bad way. It's just been a long month.
Everything else has flown by.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
I think it's the transition into, for us, it's been, big adventures this month.
Lots of adventures.
Last couple of year.
Yeah. The year of September has been a lot of transition, a lot of new stuff.
I think we're looking forward to the fourth quarter.
Yes. Do you know what quarter we're in?
We're in the third quarter.
We're in the third quarter. But what I'm excited about, we started out in September kind of talking about, I don't even remember what we were talking about, but we're transitioning into being bold because we've been kind of getting ready.
Which is one of your favorite words. It was one of your words of the year about 6 years ago,
It was maybe a necklace.
I got you a necklace
I still
that
have
said
it.
bold.
I know, I love that. I love doing the word of the year. If you don't do a word of the year, I highly recommend it.
So let me just tell you, when she committed to this word for the year, bold, she couldn't speak in front of audiences.
No.
Was terrified of public speaking.
Still am.
That's good though.
Yeah.
But that year, she stepped out and started a small group at church, then started another little gig that she was coaching, and then just worked her way up to where
and now
she's been on this show for how long? She's teaching classes all over. So be bold, y'all.
Well, and since we were talking about that, I am teaching classes, but more importantly, this doesn't actually include you, but on December 1st, there's a huge event. Mark your calendar, save the date.
I guess I'm taking notes.
Mark your calendar. Because you'll be helping. Disrupt Her will be coming to you from Metro Tex. It'll be myself, the amazing Teresa Flood, and Ashley Gentry. We're going to be having an awesome conference.
What was the date?
December 1st. Yeah. The Monday after Thanksgiving. You'll all be sick of your kids. You'll be ready.
You'll be back in town.
Yes, you'll be back in town. You'll be ready for some motivation and energy.
I like that name.
Set. I know, right?
Disruptor, but it's her.
But it's her.
So this is for women only?
We might let a few boys in.
Well, you're making me go.
I'm making you go, yeah.
But that's I'm kind of support crew anyways when it comes to that.
Yeah, you are.
I love putting on events.
You do. So we're being bold. We are being bold for the rest of the year, hopefully. And we're going to talk about what that looks like today. But talk about being bold. Hello Compass. They made a bold move.
Some big news yesterday? in our real estate industry, and I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention it because I do think it'll impact us in a way.
They purchased Anywhere Real Estate, which who does that encompass?
I mean,
Compass
it's
that was
Compass.
fun.
I think it's Coldwell Banker.
Yeah.
It's some lenders and things like that.
And Century 21.
Century 21.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other brands
Was there?
in there that
Okay.
I think I can't
Smaller
remember.
brands?
But
Okay.
But yeah, it's now that what it's saying, they basically bought a bunch of agents and they're adding to their roster, so it's made them the largest. Was it the dominant national brokerage?
Which they're not dominant, like you said.
Yeah, so the word dominant to me means that they have agents that are just killing it. That they've got dominant forces out there, market share, and they do have market share, obviously.
Well, they have market share
and I know Compass has those agents. Rock
absolutely.
Stars,
All three brands have some great agents, but to say that they're dominant, I agree with you. It would indicate that they have dominance in production, and I don't think that's true because they bought the top producers, but they also bought the not top producers.
Yeah, and market share is a big deal, obviously.
Yeah.
And so it's a big company, and that's great. I think that it doesn't matter. The number of agents didn't increase.
Yeah,
they just went over to. I think Ryan Serhant. I think he said something about if you woke up today.
Had to put on a different T-shirt.
Yeah, if you having to wear a different jersey that you didn't ask for, you might want to think about where you're at. So, but just be encouraged. Still plenty of real estate out there for all of us if we're working the plan. If we're being bold.
Doing the steps. Just because you went, if you went from Century 21 to Compass overnight, they didn't give you a bunch of leads. Your split might have changed. I don't know how that's going to work, but you still have to do the action steps. And I think that's the thing is, there's been a lot of conversation about how all of these mergers and acquisitions are impacting the small independent brokerages. And, even us, as an independent going to...
We were already feeling the pinch a little bit.
But I think for us, it was a little bit different because I do think that for independent brokers that want to grow their brokerage, I do think there's still opportunity.
Yes,
I think
especially in the local, communities,
100%
that are consistent and tight and together.
Our reasoning was a little bit different. Like we were not interested in adding agents. We were looking at the tools and technology that we could use to sustain our business and buy back our time because we have other things that we're looking to do. So that's where Keller Williams made sense for us.
Correct. Just so you know, that's an option for you guys out there in brokerages. We actually had explored this a few years ago, and it just didn't feel right.
Not at the time, because we had a different objective.
We had a different objective, and so we explored it before, and it just wasn't right. But so don't be nervous out there, all of our real estate friends who are in some independently owned brokerages. I am a big fan of that.
Oh, absolutely.
The resources can, like for us, it was a big deal
because but again, we were trying to buy back our time.
Yeah, we had to stockpile and random put together. CRMs and things like that, but they're saying that it could have a competitive pressure on the smaller brokerages. The enlarged scale may allow Compass to negotiate more favorable terms, absorb market share, and squeeze margins for small players. I don't agree with that. I don't either. I don't know if that's accurate.
I don't agree with that. I think the independent brokerage still brings a lot to the table. There's the charm. There's the authenticity of it. Not that the big brokerages aren't authentic, but especially when you're in, there's so many small communities that really it's hard for a not independent broker to break into and really niche down. And I think that's where we talked about this a little bit at the AI event on the coaches panel yesterday.
At Keller Williams?
Yes, the Keller Williams AI event. It was amazing. I lost my train of thought. One of the things we really talked about is where it's at now is niching down and really determining who your avatar client is, and that's who you focus on. Because even from the AI event that where Shoni was talking to all of the different coaches on the panel, all of us do our business differently, but all of us recognize that the money is in your database. And I don't know why.
For sure.
And I'll let you kind of speak to that.
I mean, that was the first thing that I was coached to do.
Yeah.
And I think encourage if you have been putting it off, or it's just sitting there with dust on it, get your database in order. Know who you can call. You got to know who it is and when you called them last. And so tracking is huge. But yeah, I mean,
I don't know why we as agents, and I'm guilty of it too, we're all looking for that thing, that magic button, that magic, answer, Zillow leads, whatever it may be, that's anything but digging into just the simple basics of the database.
I think the confidence piece on that is, even if people are making their calls, are they saying the right things?
Yeah.
Are they, and that's what I know, especially us Southerners, we, want to be salesy. We don't want to, hey, pressure people to take, but do we know how to speak to our clients? And so it's less, daunting, intimidating.
Is there a spirit?
No, I think it's Rick.
That's like a spirit.
Yeah. Rick, can you hear us from the other side? Oh, dear.
He can. How fun. So Rick made us laugh today. I don't know if that counts.
All right, that's enough with Compass.
It's interesting.
They're doing great stuff.
Yeah, they're doing great stuff. It'll be fun to see how all of that unfolds. But definitely it was a bold move. It was definitely a bold move on their part.
I like this is merging large infrastructures, systems, cultures, and aligning agent incentives is no small feat.
Yeah, it was something. It was something.
I don't know how, I'm really excited to see how they... Out. Yeah, I mean, are they going to keep the brands?
That's what I'm mostly curious about, is what they'll do with the brands.
Yeah.
Okay, so then moving on.
Bold.
Let's be bold. Where are you being bold right now?
That's a great question, Michelle.
Dead air.
That's why I just said that's a great question, Michelle, while I think about it. Where am I being bold right now? I'm being bold.
Okay.
No, hold on.
Do you have an answer?
Yeah. I mean, right now it's just our big move.
Okay.
It's our big move, and that was bold.
It was bold, but that was last week.
You've moved on.
We've moved on.
I'm calling 5 people today.
I love that. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. I think for me, the next move is really embracing technology and AI in the way that we learned about yesterday. I think we're all doing the things where we're letting AI write our, papers for school. Not really. But where we're, they're writing our property descriptions and we're asking them questions, and it's, maybe putting our directionals in order for how we're showing, different things like that. But there was a lot of stuff that we learned about yesterday, and I'm excited to implement some of those tools. And I think for me, that's a bold move because technology is scary. And especially when you use it, front facing with your clients, we don't want to make a mistake. We want to look confident. But I want to be a leader in my industry as a realtor, and I want my clients' homes to sell as fast as possible. So I'm going to be working on some things I learned in Perplexity, some of the AI tools we talked about yesterday with Walt.ai, which is really cool.
Yeah, I checked that out. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, and then some other things that we talked about.
It's a real estate platform, Walt.ai.
Yeah.
For realtors.
Created by a realtor, which I think is cool.
Yes.
Because it kind of digs into the little nuances that make it, that we as realtors need.
It gives you a score on your client, on your contacts, where they're ready to move. Anyways,
really cool stuff.
But I think for me to step back from that, I think I'm actually going to be focusing more on the basic fundamentals.
Huge, yeah. Which are
calls, notes, pop-bys, and then email newsletters.
Do you like pop-bys?
Yeah, I'm okay with them.
No, that wasn't the question. Do you like them?
Yes, I like pop-bys.
You like
I like them in small, you know, like doing 2 or 3 at a time, maybe.
Yeah.
But
and they work for you, you would like it.
But I was taught how to do it.
Yeah.
You don't go in the home. You don't give them the thing right off.
You don't go in the home.
No, because then you're trapped.
Yes.
So pop-bys are literally
for 45 minutes on Valentine's Day.
But my favorite to do is, go during the day when they're at work.
Yes. I mean, we all like that.
Take a selfie with the thing.
Yes.
On their porch and say, "Hey, I just dropped you off this little thing.
Yes.
Love you. Hope to hear from you soon."
But you would always get a response to that. I never would. So I think each person is different, and that's what's so important. And Ashley and I talk about this all the time on the show. You have to find what works for you.
And your avatar, like you were saying, so have you determined out there who is your ideal client? I know for me, it's young families.
Is it still young families?
It could adjust as I've gotten older.
I was curious about that. How
It could
you feel about
it
that?
could be empty nesters now. But
You think?
but
I don't see empty
but
nesters
definitely a big
either.
focus on young families
Yeah.
and helping them. So
I
I've just
retract everything
discovered
I
that
just said. You're still young families, I think.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just charming like that.
Well, I'm sensitive like that.
And you like kids.
I like kids. I like dogs. People.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Mostly.
I like you.
Yeah.
And you.
Okay.
And you.
To the 3 people watching. Thank you.
What's up, Mom? Dad? Ronnie? Love you.
So yeah, you're right. That does make the pop-by more impactful and more fun.
I mean, being bold is one thing to get out and do it, but you also have to know how to do it.
Yeah. And if you don't, you need a coach.
You need a coach.
You need a coach.
Something my coach taught me very valuable was the thing that I just told you about taking the selfie on the front porch. Super simple. October, I would drop off a little pie pumpkin.
Oh.
It was probably impossible to carve, but a pie pumpkin with a little carving kit, the traditional type thing. But that got a lot of love.
Oh my gosh, I got so much love. It was annoying because I did the same thing
And then
got
I
nothing.
had them post them on social media or send me a pic, and I would post it. So.
But that's because you did it right, and you knew who your avatar. You knew who your avatar was, and you did all of the steps instead of trying to do, which is where I would get in trouble. I would try to deliver 500 pumpkins and just like throwing them at the doorstep. You would not effective. I have learned. You would deliver maybe 20 to your true niche
It would take me
people.
a couple of weeks.
Yes. But you would get so much love for it on social media.
For me, I can't take in that much information from people. 3 to 4 people a day like that clients is probably a max for me.
Yeah.
Because of the, people fuel is what I call it.
Yeah.
But I like to focus on those individuals. Maybe it's 1 pop-by or 2 for that day. But it really helps me to focus on that individual, take notes, learn something new about them, also have a follow-up that I can do with them. If I see them and speak with them, that's even better, so I can have that face-to-face, and then I can have a follow-up note card. It's great seeing you.
Yes. And here's the takeaway from all of that that's important is from a coaching perspective and a planning perspective, knowing who you are, who your niche is, and working your schedule to that with your goals in mind.
So what do you mean working your schedule?
Thanks for asking.
I knew you would like that. I'm just flirting at this point.
I know. We're going to talk about schedule.
Do you want to get your calculator out?
I know, right?
Then it's a party.
Woo!
Nerd.
But yes, that's what's important is,
Your schedule.
Your schedule, but your schedule should connect with your goals. And your goals should be realistic with the season that you're in your life.
So if I need to make 5 calls, I just don't say I need to make 5 calls. I say I need to make 5 calls starting at 11 a.m.
Yes.
And I'm calling this person.
Yes.
And this is what the script that I have that I'm going to discuss.
Exactly.
Preparation?
Exactly. Preparation every time.
And that's a script you can use for each call?
Yeah. And for me, that preparation is on Sunday night. When do you do yours?
I do like Saturday, kind of rolling into Sunday night,
Okay.
but I really dig in on Monday morning.
Okay.
And kind of list out
yours
the
takes
details.
a little longer.
I go an outline.
Yeah.
Kind of the big rocks,
Yeah.
like you like to say.
Yeah.
Or that's been taught, and then I can detail down from there the next day of so I want to do this. So these are the action steps to get there.
That's good.
Overall goal, overreaching goal. I want to sell real estate.
Right.
And then,
And that's the thing. That's where, that's high level. And that's what everyone says. I want to sell real estate. I want to make a lot of money. And yes. And that's totally possible. And you can. But you have to have a plan that is realistic. So I was working with a plan. I know. I was working with a coaching client the other day who has sold, I think she had sold 3 homes this year.
Okay.
And her goal was to sell 28 by December 31st.
Okay.
That's probably not realistic. We're going to need to back that up. And we're going to need to look at the action steps that you're taking, which were none, to accomplish those goals. So we went back and we set some realistic expectations, and then we put in her calendar what was realistic to accomplish on a daily basis based on what she had been doing, because you're not going to go from 0 calls to 25 a day.
Did you ask what the mindset was when the initial goal was created, and what did that look like, if you're able to share?
Well, there was some mindset issues from the beginning. I think we all go into January like, okay, this is going to be the year. Which you go
into October thinking that 2026 is the year.
Yes, but you also, this can be the year, but you also have to look at what's coming in your life and be realistic about those things. And that's where the disconnect was. And she unfortunately had a health incident that impacted her for a while. So, you can't help that.
Sure.
But you do have to adjust accordingly. And that's what I try to help people with. And that's where group coaching is so helpful, because there's the accountability piece.
Which may start with Ignite Uniting, might start Tuesdays with Alan.
It might. Yeah, you got to coach yesterday.
I've coached the last 2 Wednesdays.
Today's
No, today's Wednesday, guys.
Today's Wednesday. You coached yesterday.
Hello.
What did you coach on yesterday? I heard great things.
Yeah, I coached on one of my favorite books, Good to Great.
Ooh.
And I think that kind of fits into what we're talking about, being bold and good is the enemy of great.
Yes. Oh, yes. Good is the enemy of great. And what you don't want to happen is have a good year and you get settled, and then next year you have the same year. There's nothing worse than just repeating the same year over and over and over.
Unless that's the plan. But
true.
You then understand your capacity as well. I think that's a good learning moment, but you're right.
It can also be a situation where you're stuck. No, that's good. Okay.
Yeah. So level 5 leadership is when he talks about humble yet determined leadership. You guys are leaders.
Yeah, even if you're just leading yourself, you're it.
Yeah. Or you're leading your clients, and that's what belongs in your wheelhouse. That's you. You walking into the home, you're in charge of that meeting, even though it's their home. You still say, "Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a tour. We're going to take some notes. We're going to sit at the kitchen table, talk about stuff." So, what's one area in your business where humility could unlock growth? I think humility and bold, they feel like 2 opposite things, but I think you're being super bold if you can humble yourself.
That's good. You're right. You are so right.
And step back and say, okay, where am I just being good within my daily actions or my business planning? Sorry, good. My overall business planning, good to great.
That's good. Okay.
And then how can I apply that principle to the little things that I do? How can I take my newsletter from good to great? It's not going to happen overnight.
Okay.
How can I take my lead gen from good to great? Can I take my D's to C's to B's to A's to A+, that kind of thing?
Okay. We can kind of end on this topic. It's where Ed Milet's The Power of One More comes in. So if you want to go
one more,
if you want to go from good to great, look at all of those areas where you're good, and maybe your action. First of all, are you doing action steps? So look at your action steps, and how can you take those from good to great? Where can you add one more, maybe 2 more?
Do you want to hear there's a Venn diagram.
Oh, Lord have mercy, not the Venn diagram.
Yeah. It says the Stockdale paradox.
Okay, so where can you add one more in your business, Alan?
One more what?
What to go from good to great? Where are you going to add one more? Oh, we stumped him again.
Well, I'm just humbling myself is what I'm doing.
Okay, is that what it is?
I think that that's something I need to process.
Okay.
No, I'll have an answer, so you...
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's leave our audience with this. Take a look at your action steps. First of all, when you evaluate them, are they good? Do you have good action steps in place to take every day? If not, get a coach. I know someone. And after you evaluate those action steps as a part of your business planning, where can you add one more to make them great?
Yeah. So here's a way that we can drill down on that. 1, what are you deeply passionate about? What are you deeply passionate about?
That's good. That's good.
Not just in real estate, but in your life, or both.
I like it.
2, what can you be best at? So negotiation, economic driver, that kind of thing. And 3, What drives your economic engine?
Well, that's
What
selling
drives
houses. That's selling houses if you're a realtor.
So, but what drives it?
Yeah, that's good.
So, what are you deeply passionate about? Here's the Venn diagram.
Okay.
Deeply passionate about. What can you be best at? And what drives your economic engine? And then they come together and you can find out, okay, so I'm good at this. Best, I'm passionate about this. I'm really good at this. Here's how I can make money on doing it. Does that make sense?
I like it. So we're going to be bold this week. We're going to evaluate our action steps. And we're going to go from good to great. And the next time we see you, we're going to have a name for this show. How about that?
That's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. Have a great week, everybody.
Love you guys.
See you next time.
Cheers.